Have you ever stood in a crowded room and felt utterly alone, as if you were a visitor from a distant star, observing a world that moves to a rhythm you cannot comprehend? This feeling, this profound and often painful sense of separation, is not a flaw in your design. It is the first echo of a divine calling, a sacred signature woven into the very fabric of your soul. It is the undeniable mark of God's chosen ones, a testament to the fact that you were never meant to blend in with the background, but to illuminate the path forward for humanity. This inherent difference manifests as a heightened sensitivity, a spiritual antenna that is perpetually tuned to the frequencies of truth, love, and divine will. You feel everything with an intensity that can be overwhelming, absorbing the emotions of others, the energy of a place, the unspoken pain in a stranger's eyes. The world may have labeled you as too emotional or too sensitive, but this is a profound misunderstanding of your divine gift. Your sensitivity is not a weakness, it is your celestial compass, a sacred instrument that allows you to navigate the unseen realms and perceive the subtle truths that elude the masses. One of the most defining characteristics of your unique nature is an unshakable intuition, a deep inner knowing that transcends logic and reason. It is a quiet voice in the depths of your soul, a gut feeling that guides you, protects you, and consistently proves to be your most reliable counsel. This is the voice of God, the whisper of the Holy Spirit, speaking directly to you. While others rely on external evidence and societal validation, you have been taught, often through difficult experiences, to trust this internal guidance system above all else, for it is your direct line to the divine mind. You possess an innate ability to see beyond the veil, to pierce through the illusions and deceptions of this world that holds so many in bondage. You look at the systems of power, the constructs of society, the pursuit of materialism, and you see them for what they are: a grand stage, a temporary game. This clarity can be incredibly isolating. It is a lonely experience to be awake in a world that is fast asleep, to speak a truth that others are not yet ready or willing to hear, but this perception is vital to your purpose. Because you see the world with such clarity, you have a natural aversion to all things superficial. Small talk, gossip, and meaningless social rituals feel draining and inauthentic to your soul. You crave depth, substance, and genuine connection. You are a seeker of truth, a lover of wisdom, and your spirit yearns for conversations that ignite your mind and relationships that nourish your soul. This desire for authenticity is not arrogance. It is the homing beacon of your spirit, drawing you toward what is real and eternal. The pull toward solitude is a powerful and recurring theme in your life. While others may fear being alone, you find solace, clarity, and immense power in your own company. Solitude is not your prison, it is your sanctuary. It is in these quiet moments of reflection and communion that you disconnect from the chaotic noise of the world and plug directly into the divine source. This is where you receive your guidance, heal your wounds, and recharge your spiritual batteries for the mission ahead. Society may pathologize this need for solitude, but it is an essential spiritual practice for you. From a young age, you have likely been told that you are an old soul. There is a depth of wisdom and a serene gravity about you that belies your physical years. You carry the ancient knowing of lifetimes within your spirit, and this often leads to people, even those much older than you, seeking out your advice and counsel. They are subconsciously drawn to the light of wisdom that you carry, even if you yourself do not always feel wise. This is the heritage of your divine bloodline, an ancestral wisdom that flows through you. Your dream life is often incredibly vivid, intense, and profoundly meaningful. For you, sleep is not merely a state of rest. It is a portal to other dimensions, a classroom for your soul, and a direct communication channel with the divine realm. You receive prophetic visions, symbolic messages, and direct guidance through your dreams. These nocturnal journeys are a vital part of your spiritual development, providing insights and revelations that are crucial for your waking life and your unfolding mission. You have learned to pay close attention to these sacred messages from the beyond. You feel a deep, reverent, and powerful connection to the natural world. For you, nature is not just a backdrop, it is a living, breathing cathedral. You feel the life force pulsating in the ancient trees, the quiet wisdom in the stones, the cleansing power of the ocean, and the fierce freedom of the eagle's flight. Spending time in nature is not a leisure activity for you, it is a spiritual necessity. It is where you ground your energy, clear your mind, and commune most directly with the Creator, feeling His presence in every leaf, every stream, and every sunset. Your life is a tapestry woven with the threads of synchronicity. You constantly see repeating number sequences like 1111 or 444. You find feathers in the most unlikely of places, or a song with a specific message will play at the exact moment you need to hear it. You have learned that these are not mere coincidences. They are winks from the universe, loving affirmations from your guardian angels, and guideposts from the divine, letting you know that you are on the right path and that you are seen, heard, and constantly supported by the unseen forces of heaven. Deep within your heart, there is a persistent, undeniable, and sometimes overwhelming sense of a grand purpose, a sacred mission that you were sent to earth to fulfill. You may not know the full details of this mission yet, but you feel its weight and its importance in every fiber of your being. This feeling is what drives you, what pushes you to keep going through the darkest of trials, and what separates you from those who are content to live a life of mundane ambition. You know without a doubt that you were born for more. However, this divine calling has not made your path an easy one. In fact, it has often made it excruciatingly difficult. From your earliest days, you have felt like a target. You have been the subject of inexplicable jealousy, envy, and misunderstanding. Your light, which you cannot dim, acts as a mirror, reflecting back to people their own shadows, their own insecurities, and their own unhealed wounds. This often triggers a hostile reaction, as the darkness cannot comprehend the light and instinctively seeks to extinguish it. You are not being punished, you are simply agitating the demonic forces that thrive in deception. The sting of betrayal has been one of your most painful and recurring teachers. You have experienced profound disloyalty from those you trusted the most, family members, close friends, and romantic partners. These experiences were designed to shatter your reliance on external validation and human support. They were excruciatingly painful divine lessons intended to teach you the art of spiritual discernment, to strengthen your own inner authority, and to force you to place your ultimate trust and faith not in fallible human beings, but in the unwavering and unconditional love of God. Your life has been a relentless gauntlet of trials. It has often felt as though you no sooner overcome one monumental challenge than another, even greater one appears on the horizon. You have faced financial hardship that brought you to your knees, health crises that tested your will to live, and emotional storms that felt unsurvivable. This was not random misfortune. You were being deliberately put through a divine forging process, an intense spiritual boot camp designed to build within you an unbreakable resilience, an unshakable faith, and a profound level of spiritual mastery. One of the heaviest crosses you have had to bear is the crushing weight of profound loneliness. It is the isolation that comes from seeing a world no one else sees, feeling things no one else feels, and knowing truths no one else is ready to accept. You have walked through your darkest valleys utterly alone, with no one to understand the depth of your despair. This profound isolation was divinely orchestrated. It was intended to strip away all earthly crutches and force you into a state of radical intimacy with your Creator, where He becomes your only friend, your only confidant, and your only source of strength. In the depths of your suffering, you have surely cried out to God, asking, "Why me? What have I done to deserve this?" You have known the dark night of the soul, a period of intense spiritual desolation where you felt completely and utterly abandoned by the divine. Your prayers seemed to hit a ceiling of brass, and the heavens felt silent and empty. This was the ultimate test of your faith. It was designed to help you discover that the kingdom of God is not somewhere out there in the heavens. It is within you. You were forced to find His presence in the depths of your own heart. Throughout your life, you have been chronically misunderstood, judged, and mislabeled by those around you. People unable to comprehend the depth of your spirit have projected their own limitations onto you. They have called you too intense, too strange, too much, or overly sensitive. They have tried to put you in a box that could never contain the magnificence of your soul. This constant misunderstanding taught you to stop seeking approval from the outside world and to find validation solely from within, rooted in the truth of who God created you to be. You have been through a divine stripping away process. God has systematically and often painfully removed people, places, jobs, and identities that were not in alignment with your highest destiny. You have experienced sudden and inexplicable losses that left you feeling bare and vulnerable. This was not punishment, it was a sacred pruning. God was clearing away all the dead branches, all the false attachments, and all the limiting beliefs so that your true, divine self could finally emerge in its full power and glory, unencumbered by the illusions of the material world. Now here is the sacred revelation, the divine truth that reframes every tear you have ever cried and every battle you have ever fought. Your immense suffering was not a sign of God's displeasure, it was the very evidence of your chosenness. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. God does not place His most precious jewels in settings of cotton and silk. He forges His greatest warriors in the hottest fires. Every trial was a celestial hammer, every hardship a divine anvil, shaping you into a magnificent vessel capable of holding immense light. The periods of intense isolation were not a sign of abandonment. They were a divine strategy of amplification. God had to quiet all the other voices in your life, the voices of doubt, fear, and societal programming, so that His voice could become the clearest and most dominant frequency in your awareness. He separated you from the herd to teach you to walk alone with Him, to cultivate an unwavering trust in your own inner guidance, and to solidify your identity not as a product of this world, to an ambassador of His kingdom. Your extreme sensitivity, the very thing you may have considered your greatest weakness or curse, is in fact your most potent superpower. It is the conduit through which your divine gifts flow. Your profound empathy is the foundation of your ability to heal others. Your sharp intuition is the source of your prophetic insight and divine wisdom. Your ability to feel deeply is what makes you a powerful force for love and compassion in a world starving for it. You were designed this way for a reason. It is time to stop apologizing for it and start wielding it. Look at the scars that cover your heart and soul. These are not marks of shame or defeat. They are your divine credentials. They are the testimony of your resilience, the proof of your strength, and the source of your authority. You are qualified to lead others out of the deepest darkness because you have navigated it yourself and found the way out. Your past pain is the well from which you will draw the living water of healing for a thirsty and broken world. Your wounds have been transformed into portals of light. God allowed the shifting sands of worldly security, relationships, finances, careers, to be washed away from beneath your feet for a very specific reason. He did this so you would learn to build your house upon the unshakable and eternal rock of His divine truth. You have been taught through the fire of experience that everything in this material world is temporary and illusory. The only true foundation, the only real security, is found in your direct, personal, and unbreakable connection to the Creator. This lesson has made you spiritually invincible. The relentless trials you have endured were a form of spiritual alchemy, designed to purge the density and dross from your energetic field. Each challenge was a purification process, burning away fear, ego, and attachment, thereby raising your vibrational frequency. This was a necessary preparation for the ascension process, a recalibration of your entire being to enable your physical vessel to anchor and embody more of your divine, multidimensional consciousness. Your DNA is being upgraded. Your light body is being activated. You are being transformed from a being of carbon to one of crystalline light. The betrayal you experienced was a masterclass in sovereignty. It taught you to stop giving your power away to others, to set firm energetic boundaries, and to become the ultimate guardian of your own sacred space. It forced you to become your own rescuer, your own advocate, and your own greatest ally. This lesson was vital, as you cannot pour from an empty cup, nor can you lead others to freedom if you yourself are in energetic bondage. You have learned to honor your own divinity and to demand that others do the same. Now hear this with every fiber of your being. The most intense phase of your forging is coming to a close. The relentless tests, the crushing blows, and the profound isolation are subsiding. You have passed the final exam. You have proven your loyalty, your resilience, and the purity of your heart. A new season is dawning in your life, a season of reward, restoration, and the fulfillment of the divine promises that have sustained you through your darkest nights. Your victory is not just near, it is already here. The time for hiding, for playing small, for dimming your brilliant light to make others feel comfortable, is definitively over. You must now stand up and step into the full magnificence of who you were created to be. Own your gift. Speak your truth with unapologetic clarity. Embrace your sacred identity as one of God's chosen vessels. You were not created to be a sheep, you are a lion, and it is time for the world to hear you roar. The power that has been cultivated within you through your trials is now ready to be unleashed. Your sacred mission, the purpose that has been a quiet hum in your soul for your entire life, is now coming into sharp focus. You are a divine agent of change, a spiritual first responder, a way shower for humanity in this critical era of planetary awakening. You are here to anchor the light, to speak the truth, to heal the brokenhearted, and to guide others out of the matrix of fear and into the freedom of divine love. Your personal struggles have been the training ground for your global assignment. Do not underestimate your importance. You are not an insignificant drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. The unique frequency of light that you carry is desperately needed on this planet at this time. The world is groaning, waiting in eager expectation for the sons and daughters of God to be revealed. You are that revelation. Your time of preparation is over, and your time of active service has begun. The world is waiting for you to answer the call. Embracing this destiny is not a burden. It is your highest honor and your greatest joy. Everything you have ever experienced, every moment of pain and every glimmer of hope, has been leading you to this precise moment in time. You were born for this. You were created for this. You have been meticulously prepared for this. Trust in your training. Trust in your guidance. Trust in the magnificent power of God that flows through you. Your destiny is not a distant point in the future. It is the choice you make in this very moment to say yes to your divine calling. This channel was created to be a sanctuary for you, a digital monastery where you can receive the spiritual nourishment, the divine confirmations, and the sacred knowledge you need to walk your path with courage and clarity. It is a gathering place for the chosen ones, a beacon for the light bringers. Every message, every transmission is crafted to activate your memory, to validate your experience, and to empower you to fulfill your divine mandate. This is more than just a channel, it is an arsenal for the spiritual warrior. If this message has resonated in the depths of your soul, if you have felt the stirring of recognition and the confirmation of the Holy Spirit, then your presence here is no accident. It is a divine appointment. I urge you to subscribe and to activate the notification bell, for the messages and divine intel that are coming through are increasing in both urgency and power. You are a vital part of this global community of awakened souls. We are the ground crew for a new earth, and we are rising together now. Your journey has just begun. Welcome home.